narrating from a hotel room in Denver, a few projects into the future. So this was out in suburban Houston near the Woodlands. I brought the camera kit and lenses into my hotel room to prep it, and also as a little bit of paranoia on security. Had some questions about my concerns for break-ins at hotels when the van's parked, and yes, it's always a concern. This is why I've strived over the years to always have windowless cargo vans that are nondescript and just look like your typical delivery or work truck. And then I try, when I have control, to not stay in urban downtown areas or sketchy parts of town, but sometimes, yeah, obviously that's beyond my control. And then, I've got alarm, secondary lock system on the van. If you smash a window and get into the cab, it doesn't get you access into the back by pressing unlock buttons, and the door in the steel partition is dead bolted from inside the cargo area. So anyway, you would need some more tools and noise to get into the back of the van. Probably bigger risk is the whole vehicle getting stolen. Now, there have been some projects where I've ended up at really crappy hotels and decided to spend the night in the van in the hotel parking lot, just using my hotel room as a shower and a restroom access. Not that that's ideal either. I don't want to get into some kind of hands-on situation with someone that breaks in. On the insurance side, I carry an excellent business policy that includes coverage for forced entry and theft from a vehicle, although I'd be out my deductible. And then obviously the nightmare of filing a claim, waiting to get paid, having to purchase replacement equipment, none of which solves the problem for my client on that present travel project where suddenly now I don't have gear to shoot. So in most cases, I try to bring in enough kit so at least I got a camera and lenses and batteries and can shoot something should the entire van disappear on me. But there are times where I'm so sleep deprived and it's ongoing that, yeah, stuff has to stay in the truck. It's just not practical. And to add to that, there's been areas where I'm more concerned with drawing attention, stacking carts full of kit. I bring all that stuff up into my room, and then I go out to dinner with the team, and it's sitting in a hotel room unsupervised. Okay, so this is an ad agency level project, traditional advertising, TV spots. I'm sure they'll also do repurposes for online and social, but we're shooting for a 15, a 30, and 60. DZO primes are amazing. I love them. Gorgeous images. They're really easy to manually focus. It's super obvious when your critical focus snaps into place. I noticed that I used to spend more time with the Cooke S4 series, which I have the most experience on in the Cooke lineup, that I always would have to rack and hunt a little bit to verify whether or not my key subject is at critical focus or not. So yeah, I think these lenses are a little bit sharper in the center than Cooke's, but I'm not the guy to get a comprehensive comparative review, but they seem so close to me. The Burano does not have a false color exposure mode, so my default onboard monitor is this Feelworld SC6, extremely affordable compared to some other options for the feature set and picture quality. I got this monitor for free from Feelworld in exchange for a review, which I did a while back on my YouTube channel, but I also promised to them anytime I feature it in the vlog, I'll mention it. It is sunlight viewable. The focus assist tools and peaking are adjustable and decent quality. One concern is it runs really warm, throws off a lot of heat, particularly outside in the Texas heat. But the power draw up here is manageable. I mean, I don't notice a significant drop in runtime on my 98 watt-hour bricks that are powering the camera. Seems about the same with and without the monitor powered. The Hollyland headset to have comms with the camera and lighting crew is fantastic, full duplex. After decades of using Motorola walkies and having most people's first word and transmission get stepped on because they don't key and wait, which I'm also guilty of. I missed an opportunity years ago with Hollyland. They offered to send me a set of headsets in exchange for a review. I was so busy and on the road, I didn't follow up with them, and then I lost the email. I paid full price for these things. I love them. I use them minimum once a month for live stream work. And then I've got on my Aftershocks bone conduction headset paired to my phone. I got into the bone conductions shooting news live shots where I have the in-ear buds to monitor the microphone channel coming off the camera, and then I could also wear the bone conduction to communicate with the control room. Where like the can style headsets, the Sony 7506s, I can't wear a wide brim straw hat. I have to wear a baseball hat, and then my neck gets super sunburned in the Texas heat. Here's our gaffer. He went to the other housing development, yesterday's location. We have your coffee.
House. Hey Carlos, we plugged in? Yeah. Okay.
This is my third generation homemade slider, all of which predates the Dana Dolly style setup. My first one was running PVC plastic pipe, and I worked on a number of 35 millimeter features in the camera and lighting department where we ran my slider with a big, heavy RE BL3 1,000-foot mag and zoom lenses. Last day in Houston, location number 3 of 4, cooking in the humidity. Got the grips, setting up the slider. Also have this narrower gauge low mode slider, which is just modern studio equipment parts. I do prefer the black skate wheels. They're firmer compound. The reds are softer, and they're just not as smooth, especially with the micro slow speeds and feather start stops. I have an umbrella, and I took it out of the truck. I haven't used it in like a year, and I would totally use it today.
You have us, man.
Yeah, what else, guy?
I'm sorry.
Alright. I'm assuming you want to go this way.
In and out. It's going to 90.
This way?
Yes. Yes.
That looks good, guys.
Just looking at it.
Alright.
Okay, speed.
Alright, and action.
So this is the Princeton floor plan.
It's the primary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the having them stand in the corner
After you, doctor.
is part of the blocking
Right, and we're on the other side. Yeah. Basically what we back.
75 mil, doctor.
All right, I'm on the road for the next 6 weeks, all airports and hotel rooms. Here's a question for the community in the comments. I've gotten about 30 years out of these homemade sliders, adds a ton of production value. What's been your best homemade piece of equipment